again, everyone. Welcome back to my page and my channel. We are still today June 10, 2014, and I am coming to you to review this book called Harlem Girl Lost by Treasure E. Blue. I was under the impression that the author for some reason was a female, but I had to, when I was through, I was reading the author's note and he is actually a male. So why did I choose this book to come and review for you guys? First and foremost, because I read it over the weekend and I picked it up Saturday morning and I was through with it Saturday night. I was reading a very different book before, but I couldn't get myself in it, and I read this book before. I bought it in 2006, so it is a book that is written over 8 years ago. And the reason that I picked this book and the reason that I want to talk about it is because there are some people who are really biased against African American authors. They always feel that African American authors talk about like drugs, guns, and all of that. Well, it's also part of life, and it's also part of the reality that people live. Just because you don't live that reality, that doesn't mean that you can't have a reality on what it is, or that doesn't mean that you should close your mind about that type of reality, because it's part of the world. It's part of some of the things that people go through in lives. And even if you are fortunate enough to never been in that type of life, you should always pick a book and read it. This book is what I will say with this book is very poignant, kind of like poignant. Am I saying it right? Like poignant, like hard, you know what I mean? This book, if you are someone who is very sensitive in terms of like cursing and all of that, well, adjust yourself, because this book is written in everyday language, such as if you were talking to your girl, if you were talking to your homeboy, if you were talking to your best friend, if you were talking to your friend, so the language is really kind of like cursing. There's a lot of cursing, there's a lot of not so much as a lot of slangs, but really it's an urban book. So it's written, the storyline is based in New York City, between, I believe, Harlem. That's the whole thing. The book is really, it gives you a hard reality of what the drug game, prostitution, and using narcotics can do to you. Now, prior to picking up this book and reading it Friday night, I ended up watching 2 documentaries on prostitution. And from then I ended up watching documentaries on Detroit and the whole drug game back in probably 90s, and it led me to pick this book all over again and read it. I like to reread my books, but this book, I've only read this book, I hope you guys are, I've only read this book once, and it had such an impact on me that I've never read it after that. It's like I never forgot the story. You know how sometimes you read something and you don't really remember the whole storyline and you pick it up again just to refresh your memories? Well, I never had to do that with this book. This book, the minute that I read it, it was like it just stayed there. Everything, the whole storyline. It's really a book that I encourage anyone to pick and read. It gives you, like I said, a crude reality of what using narcotics can do to you, but the storyline is also very tough. There's a lot of things that downplay with this book, because I can't even really, I don't know how to put it in words. There are so many things that comes into place with this book. It's not one storyline, it's not one notion that you can get out of it, because the thing with her is that this is a story, it gives a story of actually the granddaughter. This young lady, she was from Catholic background, her mom, her dad, and she ended up getting pregnant, and her mother put her out. Her mother was like, you're not staying in my house, get out of my house. And she got out of the house, and you know, she didn't have anywhere to go. She was 15 at the time. Now that's not her, because that's a granddaughter. I'm telling you the story of the mother because that's how the book starts. So you know, she doesn't know where to go, she doesn't know what to do, so she turns into becoming a prostitute. And I don't want to give everything out, but you know, prostitution led to, back in the days before crack cocaine was the hard drugs, it was heroin. So she was using heroin and you know, just being a prostitute and everything. So it really brings into place the fact that it wasn't that she was a bad person, she wasn't into the heavy line, she wasn't into those, you know, the whole perception that people have about people who start using drugs, alcohol, or whatever it is that they're trying to do to really, you know, forget about certain things in their lives. So this is a great book, guys, and I really encourage you to pick it up and read it. It's not fun because the story is so true. You know, it's as if you're gonna, in this story, there's so many characters that comes into place that you're gonna find a friend, a parent, a relatives in all of these characters. I don't know if you feel me. Like, as I was reading it, you know, I could see so many people's plays into the characters. You know, it's just, this is not, it could, I wonder if it's not even a true story. You know, a true urban novel filled with vivid image of the streets. You know, it could go as if this is a true story. Of course, it's a novel, so the ending, to me, the ending was an ending of a novel because, you know, when you get into the drug games and you get into that fast life, there's no guarantee that you are going to come out of life. There's always two ways out of these fast lives, unless you decide to make a change. It's always death or it's prison. You know, you can't, that's it. And you know, you always have to be careful. You have to be careful what you get yourself into. You have to be careful, you know, you just have to be careful these days. Be careful the people who are in your surrounding. Be careful the people who are trying to get you to get that fast life, fast money, fast cars. Nothing is acquired fast in life. God made the world in 7 days. He could have made it in 1 day, but he didn't. He still took his time. So I don't wanna drive away from the whole topic. But yeah, I mean, great book, crude, nice flow, fun. Well, when I say fun, it keeps you captivating. I didn't put my book, I just couldn't put the book down. I never put it down until it was like I was completely done with it. So you definitely are going to be in for a treat. Very captivating, filled with a lot of image, and you know, it's urban language, a lot of cursing in it, but you are definitely going to enjoy it. So I encourage you to go ahead and pick this girl up. It's called Harlem Girl Lost, and yeah, treat yourself. Okay, I actually want to do a third video because I want to talk about something else, so stay tuned for that video. Bye.